So you're thinking of becoming an anti-Semite? Great, you're in the right place. I'm Marlon Solomon, and I'll be your Jewish guide on your anti-Jewish journey. Now, if you really want to piss off some Jews, you're going to need to hit them where it hurts. Right in the Holocaust. Many different groups of people were murdered in the Holocaust. The disabled, Roma Sinti, communists, gay people. But in case you weren't paying attention, the beating heart of Nazism was a racist ideology called anti-Semitism, which resulted in the deliberate, bureaucratic, industrialised murder of 6 million ordinary people during World War II simply because they were Jewish. Men, women and children were all murdered, even if they had just one Jewish grandparent. So imagine the worst thing that's ever happened to you. Now imagine me telling you it didn't really happen, or if it did, it wasn't as bad as you say it was, or if it was, that you weren't really affected by it, but you're using it to get your own way or to get one over on somebody. That's the reality that Jews are facing when it comes to conversation around the most traumatic event in our collective history. There's literally thousands of books, films and documentaries about the Holocaust. And not only did the Nazis admit that they did it, but they were also meticulous record keepers. There's no denying it happened or how bad it was. So why do some people still play it down, dismiss its impact or claim it didn't happen at all? Simply put, it's to hurt Jewish people, to cast doubts on their motivations and their humanity. But if you're looking to be an anti-Semite, it's Jew Hate 101. So let's explore the most common claim, that the Holocaust is used for political gain to extort money or be given land. To believe that, you need to think that one of the following things is true. That despite the mountain of evidence to the contrary, the Holocaust didn't happen, or was greatly exaggerated, or that it did happen, but that Jews are so uniquely monstrous that they were unaffected by narrowly escaping an atrocity in which they lost countless loved ones, then coldly decided to use it as a card to play in their quest for world domination. If those aren't for you, you might want to consider comparing Israel to Nazi Germany. Now, this is known as Holocaust inversion. Now, the Israel-Palestine conflict is complicated, and while it's understandable to feel strongly about a conflict which has resulted in loss of life and suffering for many years, it is a conflict, not a genocide, and not remotely comparable to the industrialized, deliberate extermination of an entire people. So people who go to demos with signs like this, or who post stuff like this on the internet, may not think that they are driven by the desire to hurt Jews, but they do. And this includes Jews who are very sympathetic to the Palestinian cause. Now remember that the vast majority of Jews had family members that were murdered in the Holocaust. So imagine having the most painful memory in your family history or in your wider community thrown back at you by people saying you're no better than the people who caused you that pain. It uses people's Jewishness against them as a weapon, and it's anti-Semitic. So you, on that internet forum, writing, "I'm not saying that the Holocaust didn't happen, but..." Stop. And you, there, arguing about Israel, writing, "Did Jews learn nothing from the Holocaust?" Stop. Auschwitz was not a university. And you, on that message board, writing, "I'm not saying Israel is exactly like Nazi Germany, but..." Don't do it. That's something that only a real dick would do, which is an issue. Unless, of course, you want to be an anti-Semite, which you do. So that's all good. If you enjoyed these videos and you want to know more about anti-Semitism, subscribe to the channel and click these links.